Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing in the market? Yesterday night, everything just pumped crazy. The whole market is green. Fear and greed index, of course, what do you expect? We are in greed territory and we are pushing more and more into extreme greed. So we should be seeing that if this market continues to show us all these green candles and all this green bullish sentiment, we should continue to see a push towards extreme fear. So this is what we are seeing. Whoa, yesterday it was absolutely it really knocked me out of the park. It took me by surprise, literally, because as you guys know, if you paid attention to the video I uploaded yesterday, I literally shot the market. But thank goodness I put a very tight stop loss because I was wary about it. But I just entered it in case the market would be in our favor. Clearly it was not, and we got stopped out. And we just lost about $9, as you can see over here. So that is fine. We live to fight another day. And right now I'll be looking into the Bitcoin charts and Ethereum charts and just showing you what the market is doing, what it's telling us, the positions that are jumping right clearly to us, and where we can take a trade and where we can benefit from this upside swing in the market. And as you can see, we pumped up to around 109, 700,000 thereabouts, and we dumped immediately further down and we tested the support of 108, which I have clearly shown, as you can see indicated in this chart, and now we are pumping again from that. So we have been able to test that support and confirm it as support. So this is showing us there's a lot of bullish sentiment and a lot of people buying in the market, and you can see all over crypto Twitter there's a lot of institutions buying the market, and all of them are just ladering it. And this is even giving us a lot of speculation now, coupled with the ETFs inflows, Bitcoin ETFs, Ethereum ETFs, Solana ETFs that is in the talks, XRP, we can even go on right now, is even clearly very bullish overall sentiment. And that is showing that after Bitcoin sees this pump, clearly we'll see that reflects. And what did we see in Ethereum is already reflecting, although it's not as bullish and we don't see an upward movement like what we have seen in Bitcoin in Ethereum. Ethereum seems to be slower moving. It seems to be on a slower moving pace than Ethereum, than Bitcoin. Ethereum seems to be that, but it is giving us opportunities. So for us, because Ethereum moves in tandem and it moves after it follows Bitcoin's move, so that is telling us what the market is likely to do next, especially on Ethereum. So Ethereum is a trade I'll actually be looking in and will be jumping in momentarily. Just going again, looking at Bitcoin charts, and as you can see, I've drawn a trend line here, which is our all-time high of 111,800, and we can see there's another temporary resistance that we need to clear in the near term, which is somewhere around here, which will be somewhere around here, correct, which will be around 110,300. So that is another temporary resistance we need to clear before we start to make a move higher, and we should be anticipating an upward movement. So once we clear this 110,300, I should be expecting a long at that place for another test of the all-time high before maybe any pullback or something. So that is what I'll be looking at, especially on the Bitcoin chart. So nothing for now. We would not be taking any trade on the Bitcoin chart. Clearly, I even got liquidated yesterday. I didn't get liquidated, sorry. I got stopped out from my trade and the trade did not go according to my plan. But Ethereum is something we will be looking at, and I'll be looking to long the Ethereum chart, because we should looking at our trend line and what we have drawn here, we are looking at a take profit of around $2,679,000 levels, and I'll be putting a very tight stop loss also of around 2,522. So that is the trade we'll be taking today immediately. And without further ado and without thinking about it too much, because we don't want to be caught with our pants down, really. So I'll just be entering the trade and you can see all of that. Set my top loss, take profit at around 2,675 and a very tight stop loss of 2,522. And I'll be entering a long in this. Let me adjust my limit orders to be around 2880. So this is perfect. Then I'll be entering a long. Yeah. Yes, so I've entered my long and my order is already open, and until it gets triggered, that will be in the trade and we'll see where this will take us. We are looking for an upwards movement of Ethereum to test this resistance of around 2,675, and that is looking at the RSI. We are pointing upwards, and this is what it's telling us. Right now we just take a quick look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, and what do we see here? There's a lot of longs on Bitcoin, and relatively pretty much half of it is people going short. So this is telling us a lot of movement and a lot of things in the market. Looking at Ethereum also, the same thing on Ethereum. There's a lot of longs in the market and there's a lot of shorts. There's not a lot of shorts in the market. So this is telling us also we should be wary. That's why I put my stop loss very tight, because we don't know how the market makers might want to manipulate the market in order to liquidate all the people that are long in the market currently. We'll continue to look at this market. We'll continue to monitor the fear and greed index so that we are not in extreme greed, because that will give us an insight into whether we should take a step back, reassess, or how to set our stop losses very tight so that we don't lose a lot of money in the market. We will still be remaining watching these levels, like I said, 110,300 and the 111,800 for the Bitcoin charts. We'll be looking at the Ethereum also in our longs, and this is the video and these are the positions that you should be looking at if you want to make money from Bitcoin, from this volatile asset class. We are here to make money. Hope you are paying attention to this video. Hope you are liking and subscribe, and you are watching this video every day to take advantage of this market. I'll see you in tomorrow's video with the results of my trade, with the results of Bitcoin's price action, so you stay ahead of the market. Peace.